The sun is already gone, but Earth doesn't know yet. Not exploded, not dimmed, just gone. 8 minutes and 20 seconds later, the lights go out. No sun, no orbit. We don't fall, we fly. Some life survives. This is what happens if the sun disappears. Right now, as you're watching this video, you are hurtling through space at 67,000 miles per hour, held in a delicate dance around a massive ball of nuclear fire. But what if, in the next second, it just vanished? Not exploded, not dimmed, just gone. You might think you'd know immediately. Instant darkness, instant cold, instant death. You'd be wrong. In fact, you'd have exactly 8 minutes and 20 seconds before you even realized anything had happened. And in that time, you'd still be living your normal life, making coffee, scrolling your phone, completely oblivious to the extinction event that had already begun. This is the timeline of Earth's final days without the sun. And it's far stranger than you think. Before we extinguish our star, you need to understand what the sun actually does. And I'm not talking about giving you a tan. The sun is Earth's everything. It's our heat source, our light source, our gravity anchor, and the reason you're not a frozen corpse floating in space right now. Every single second, the sun converts 600 million tons of hydrogen into helium through nuclear fusion, releasing energy equivalent to 100 billion nuclear bombs. That energy takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach Earth, traveling at the speed of light across 93 million miles of empty space. This delay is crucial because it means we're always seeing the sun as it was 8 minutes ago, not as it is right now. Same goes for the stars. That romantic starlight you're looking at? It's ancient history. Some of those stars died centuries ago, but their light is still traveling toward you. But light isn't the only thing the sun sends us. Its gravitational pull keeps Earth locked in orbit at exactly the right distance. Not too close to burn, not too far to freeze. This Goldilocks zone is the only reason life exists here. The sun doesn't just give us light. Every second, it's preventing Earth from flying off into the frozen void of space. It's a cosmic anchor holding our entire world in place. Without it, we're not just sitting ducks. We're sitting ducks on a runaway train. So what happens when that anchor suddenly cuts loose? Let's say it happens right now. At this exact moment, the sun blinks out of existence. The sun is gone. But you're still reading this. The lights are still on. The sun is still shining through your window. How is this possible? Because those photons, those particles of light, left the sun 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. They're still on their way. For the next 500 seconds, Earth has no idea it's been orphaned. Across the world, people are eating lunch in Tokyo, starting their morning in New York, watching sunset in Paris. 7 billion people living the last normal moments they'll ever know. And then, everything goes dark. Not gradually, not like a sunset, just click, off. Instant global panic. Car crashes as drivers are suddenly blinded. Planes lose navigation. Cities plunge into chaos. But here's what's terrifying. The darkness isn't even the real problem yet. 8 minutes and 20 seconds after the sun disappeared, its gravitational pull disappears too. And Earth, which was traveling at 67,000 miles per hour in a curved orbit, suddenly has nothing keeping it in that curve. Newton's first law kicks in. An object in motion stays in motion. Earth doesn't fall inward or get sucked away, it just keeps going in whatever direction it was pointed at that exact moment, flying off into interstellar space like a bullet. If the sun vanished right now, you wouldn't know for 8 minutes. But the moment you did, Earth would stop orbiting and start flying in a straight line into the void. We wouldn't fall, we'd drift. And that drift would take us somewhere no human has ever gone. The space between stars, but we're not dead yet. Not even close. Within minutes, every government on Earth would know something catastrophic had happened. Not just darkness. Every satellite, every GPS system, every astronomical instrument would confirm the impossible. The sun is gone. But here's the surprising part. Humanity wouldn't immediately freeze to death. You know how even after sunset, it takes hours for the temperature to drop? Earth's atmosphere is an incredible insulator. Without sunlight, the average global temperature would drop from 59 degrees Fahrenheit to around 32 degrees Fahrenheit in just 1 week. Cold, yes, but survivable. Humans would retreat indoors. Power grids would switch to nuclear, coal, and natural gas. For a few days, maybe weeks, society would function in a bizarre, permanent night. Photosynthesis stops immediately. Every plant on Earth begins dying. But here's the crazy part. We'd have food for months, maybe years, from storage and stockpiles. In the first week without the sun, Earth wouldn't become an ice ball. Our atmosphere holds heat. Temperatures would drop to freezing, but humans could survive in heated buildings. The real killer wouldn't be cold. It would be what comes next. After a week, temperatures plummet to -0 degrees Fahrenheit. After a month, -50 degrees Fahrenheit. The oceans, which hold massive amounts of heat, would start freezing from the surface down. First, the Arctic and Antarctic. Then, within a year, even the equatorial oceans would ice over. But there's a twist. The ice layer would actually insulate the water below. Deep in the ocean, near geothermal vents, liquid water would remain. And where there's liquid water, life could survive. Not us, but extremophile bacteria, tube worms, and deep-sea creatures that never needed sunlight anyway would carry on, completely unbothered by Earth's new, frozen reality. Somewhere in the crushing darkness of the deep ocean, life on Earth would continue. Just not our kind of life. But let's say humanity tried to survive. What would that actually look like? 1 year after the sun disappears, Earth's average surface temperature would be around -100 degrees Fahrenheit. The atmosphere itself would begin to freeze. First, water vapor crystallizes and falls as snow. Then carbon dioxide freezes. Eventually, even nitrogen and oxygen, the gases you're breathing right now, would begin condensing and falling from the sky as snow. Without atmospheric pressure, any human still on the surface would die within minutes, even in heated suits. Underground humanity. Our only hope would be going deep underground, near geothermal heat sources. Cities would be built around geothermal vents in Iceland, Yellowstone, and other volcanic regions. Nuclear reactors would provide power, Hydroponic farms under artificial grow lights would produce food. You could sustain maybe 10,000 people this way. Maybe 100,000 if you're optimistic. But 8 billion? Impossible. If humanity wanted to survive without the sun, we'd have to abandon the surface forever. Underground bunkers near geothermal heat could sustain small populations for centuries. But here's the catch. You'd need nuclear reactors, hydroponic farms, and perfect recycling systems. One failure and everyone dies. It's not survival, it's a very slow death sentence. A decade in, Earth's surface temperature would stabilize around -400 degrees Fahrenheit, just barely above absolute zero. The entire atmosphere would have frozen solid, coating the surface in layers of nitrogen, oxygen, and CO2 ice, hundreds of feet thick. And Earth would still be flying through interstellar space, billions of miles from where it started, drifting through the cosmic void between stars. If you could somehow stand on the surface, impossible, but imagine, you'd see no moon, no sun, just the faint light of distant stars. Earth would be a rogue planet, wandering the galaxy forever. In the entire observable universe, Earth would become the loneliest place that had ever existed. So let's fast forward. 100 years, 1,000 years, 1 million years. What happens to Earth? Earth would become what astronomers call a rogue planet, a world without a star, drifting through the galaxy. Over millions of years, there's a small chance, a very, very small chance, that Earth could be captured by another star's gravity. If that happened, Earth could theoretically warm up again, melt its frozen atmosphere, and become habitable once more. But the odds? About 1 in 10 trillion. Meanwhile, back in Earth's frozen oceans, those geothermal vents would keep pumping heat and minerals into the water for billions of years. The deep-sea ecosystems would survive, evolve, and adapt. Without sunlight, without seasons, without any connection to the surface world, life would continue in eternal darkness. If the sun disappeared, most life on Earth would die in weeks. But deep in the ocean, near geothermal vents, ecosystems that never needed sunlight would keep thriving. Bacteria, tube worms, and extremophiles would evolve for millions of years in total darkness. Earth's surface would be a frozen tomb. But in the deep ocean, life would carry on like nothing happened. Here's the mind-bending part. This might have already happened. Astronomers estimate there could be billions of rogue planets drifting through the Milky Way, worlds that were ejected from their solar systems or lost their stars. Some of them might have once had life. Some might still have life in their deep oceans. And we'd never know, because they're invisible. Frozen, dark worlds passing silently through the void. Which brings us back to our sun. It's been burning for 4.6 billion years. It'll burn for another 5 billion. we're safe for now. But the sun will die. Not by vanishing, by expanding. In about 5 billion years, the sun will run out of hydrogen fuel and begin fusing helium. It'll expand into a red giant, swelling to 100 times its current size. It'll swallow Mercury, then Venus, and possibly Earth. Even if Earth survives, the oceans will boil away. The atmosphere will be stripped off. The surface will melt into rivers of lava. Earth won't freeze, it'll burn. So here's what keeps me up at night. We have 5 billion years. That's an incomprehensible amount of time. In that span, humanity could colonize other stars, build generation ships, terraform planets, or evolve into something we can't even imagine. But will we? Or will we destroy ourselves long before the sun gets the chance? Climate change, nuclear war, asteroid impacts, AI gone wrong, pandemics. We're so focused on surviving the next century, we forget we're racing against a cosmic clock. The sun's death is inevitable. Earth's death is inevitable. But humanity's death, that part's still up to us. If this video made you rethink our place in the universe, hit that subscribe button. We're exploring more cosmic what-ifs every week, from black holes to alien civilizations to the end of time itself. Want to see what would happen if Earth stopped spinning? Or what's at the edge of the universe? Check out these videos next. And hey, go outside, look at the sun, appreciate it, because one day it'll be gone. Just, hopefully, not today.